Next, I'd like to introduce Councilwoman Catherine Kerwin.
Thank you, Jackie, and thank you, Mr. Mayor, and welcome everyone to Smith Hill. I am so excited to be here today, not just honoring Madeline Rogers, but also honoring Isanel Torres, who, as the mayor said, is a daughter of Providence and has been doing the work, really making this city the art and cultural hub that we know it is. I wanted to touch on a few things the mayor said. Uh, the opening of this recreation center is so exciting because unfortunately this neighborhood has been seeing an uptick in violence in the weeks and months that have followed the pandemic. Just this week there was a shooting on Camden Ave. Thank God the victim is okay, but the reality is when our youth don't have spaces like this one to go to because of the pandemic, they're too often on the streets. And we know that sometimes preventing violence is as simple as opening spaces like this, offering the kids a place to go after hours, offering them a meal. What we found when we have had programs as simple as that, a rec night program where we gave the kids pizza and let them stay after 8 p.m., neighborhood crime, it plummeted. And that's because youth need these spaces. They need places where they can build and grow creatively, where they can play, where they can build their relationships. And so I'm excited that the mayor has prioritized our amazing recreation staff behind us and these recreation spaces. I'm so thankful for Michael Holland and advocates for the city like Helene Miller, who know that play is one of the most important things we can offer the children of our city. So I'm so excited to see this rec center open up. I'm so excited to see what will come from this space in the next year and in the following years. I hope we can continue with this rec center to honor Madeline Rogers because that's how she would have wanted it. And finally, I'd like to thank Art, Culture, and Tourism, Gina, Stephanie, Lizzie, who's not here, Micah. You all do so much incredible work supporting the artists in our city like Isanel and really making sure that the artists in our city see or that the city sees the artists spotlight and sees their work because Isanel not just created something beautiful for us and for the Smith Hill community with this amazing mural, but she also got to engage with the youth in the neighborhood and got to teach them about what art is. And we are so lucky to have that, and I want to thank Isanel for that work. And with that, I'm going to end, but thank you all so much for being here, and thank you again to everyone who made this day possible.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Next, I'd like to introduce to you from the Department of Arts, Culture, and Tourism, Gina Rodriguez Drix.
Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Councilwoman Kerwin. Thank you, Isanel. Welcome, everybody, and thank you for sharing this momentous occasion with us. My name is Gina Rodriguez Drix, and I am the Cultural Affairs Manager for the Department of Art, Culture, and Tourism. I first want to acknowledge that we are occupying the land stewarded by the first peoples who inhabited this area, the Narragansett, the people of the Little Point, or people of the Point and Bays, and the Wampanoag, the people of the First Light, or people of the East. At ACT, we recognize and honor the living legacies of Indigenous people across what we now call Providence, for their cultural stewardship and for teaching those who arrived at this land by choice or by force to consider our lifetime within the context of the next 7 generations. And what a beautiful thing it is to honor living legacy, to consider a lifetime in the presence of future and the past. We arrive at this moment as part of a living legacy of the Smith Hill neighborhood, particularly of the late Madeline Selim Rogers, civil rights activist and local leader who is the namesake of this recreation center and now appears on the wall behind us in a gorgeous artistic depiction designed and installed by Providence artist Isanel Torres. I'm here to share a bit about the story behind this mural. There are several places I could start, as this mural is the product of many firsts. In 2016, Mayor Elorza established the Art and City Life Commission, activating a decades-old ordinance that called for public art in Providence, which led to ACT to develop the city's first public art master plan and first public art program. In 2019, Isanel was awarded the first artist residency in a city agency, and her mural is the first permanent work the Art and City Life Commission brought to the city. Isanel also worked with us at Art Culture Tourism to help develop the public art master plan. So she has really been with us since the beginning, and we're so happy to see her hard work come full circle. It was no surprise to me that the Art and City Life Commission selected Isanel as the artist in residence for this recreation center. In addition to her obvious artistic excellence as an interdisciplinary artist, Isanel has worked with youth for years. Coming up through Providence youth arts organizations herself, Isanel has made a point to share all that she's learned with young people that remind her of herself. The mural you see here today is the result of an in-depth co-design process Isanel led with youth and community leaders, explorations of what stories community members wanted to share and what young people wanted to see as they entered the rec. Isanel is also an activist, particularly concerned about gun violence and female empowerment. Last summer, Isanel joined the streets with her community to fight for Black lives and painted a mural with peers in the downtown that honored Trayvon Martin and others who have lost their lives to racist violence, channeling the street into a portal of healing and restoration. Isanel's passion for young people, particularly for youth of color in Providence, and for being willing to put herself on the line and dedicate her artistic practice to empowering and illuminating calls to action, I think, would make Madeline as proud to know you as we are. Isanel Torres, I want to thank you. I'm gonna get emotional. I want to thank you for your tenacity, your patience, your growing edge, your attention to detail, your willingness to take risks, and your genuine love for Providence and for our city's young people. Thank you for being part of the living legacy of the arts in Providence. Y felicidades. And I believe Isanel's going to come up and say a few words.
Hello everyone, and thank you so much for being here today. It is, I think, a greater challenge to come up here after Gina than it was to paint this mural. But thank you so much, Gina, the mayor, Kat, everyone from ACT that has been here for me throughout this process, and the staff at the recreation center as well, and the people who are working behind the scenes for all recreation centers in Providence. As it has been stated before, I am born and raised in this city, and the city means so much to me. I think when I first walked into this space, I had so many ideas and plans, and I had to throw them away and really respectfully realize that there is already a system here. There is already something beautiful happening that I have to highlight and work with and join arms with, rather than come here and just paint something on the wall. So I hope that you guys can continue to learn from this rec center as it reopens, and that this marks a new experience for you, a new life for you with this rec center, and that you acknowledge as well the history of this community, as it has been very close knitted for so many decades, and that was a huge part of my process as well. I would like to shout out Miss Althea for Miss Althea Graves, who was very, very helpful in the process, from interviews to providing pictures. The very picture that I painted of Madeline Selim Rogers behind me was inspired by a photograph that was handed to me in my hands by Miss Althea Graves. It was a black and white photograph of Madeline Rogers Selim, or Selim Rogers. We're still figuring that out. But it was truly a magical experience to see that, you know, these things live forever, and I hope that someone holds on to my photographs for many decades and passes it on to someone in the future for some kind of love or acknowledgement and remembering of my work, as we did for Madeline today and for the rest of this existence. I just want to emphasize that the systems that are happening here are really strong, and that although, yes, the community needs love and support and the youth need a space and guidance, they are already very, very magical beings that are prepared to do incredible things with their lives, and they just need someone to like hand them the paintbrush and tell them to do it. So if we can keep doing that, not only providing the space, but making sure that we have people within the space that care, that are being mindful of the families that are here. Just want to say I love so much this rec center and the people that helps me with this. And before I get emotional, I'm just going to say thanks again, and I hope that we can connect if you have any questions. Have a great day, and thank you for being here.
Thank you very much, Yisanel, and congratulations to you. This concludes our speaking program for today, and I'd like to thank you all for coming here in support of the Providence Recreation Department and also for supporting the children of our great city. Next, please join us in the official ribbon cutting with Mayor Jorge O. Elorza.
Mayor, we're going to have you in the middle, and then can I just have our speakers line up socially distanced, and then one at each end, if you could hold this rec center folks. I'm just going to have you stay in the back over there for the photo, please. Right. And then if you guys want to get just a little bit closer, please. Perfect. Just going to move this.
I need you to help me with the scissors because this is really for you. Just don't put them in the middle.
Okay.
Watch out, you get
So I'll just
on the bottom. Yep. It's gonna get crunched.
Oh yeah, you did say that. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna need everybody's help. Count down from 5. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.